All right, we're here with Corey. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I just want to hear a life story, Corey. First of all, where were you born?
California.
What part?
Hollywood, California.
Oh, you were born in Hollywood? Did you grow up over there?
Huh? West Los Angeles my entire life.
Did
So
you?
the beach. I was more of a beach girl. So
Were you a
Santa
beach
Monica,
girl?
Venice Beach. Yeah.
How old are you again?
How old am I?
Yeah.
55.
Oh, okay. Do we have permission to record you and post this interview online?
You do.
All right, cool.
I'm
Where'd
a
you go to
beach
high
girl.
school?
Uni High.
Where?
University High School.
Oh, okay. University High School?
Off of
Okay.
Wilshire between it's Santa Monica and Wilshire Boulevard.
Did you graduate?
I did.
And what kind of grades were you getting?
Not the world's greatest grades. I was had a rough childhood.
Yeah.
Both parents were drinkers.
Okay.
So I was average. Sometimes I was above. Most of the times I was below.
Were you a partier in high school?
No. I didn't touch any drug, anything until I was in my 40s.
Okay, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
So you're in high school, you had average grades. Did you have a lot of friends or?
No, I was a loner.
Did you have any kind of learning disability or anything at all? No. You did fine?
No, yeah.
You have siblings you grew up with?
I do. I have an older brother who's 2 years older, and I have a younger sister who I take care of here, and she's 13 months younger than I am.
Oh, okay.
Irish twins is
All
what
right.
they would call it.
Next, I'd like to talk about what you're struggling with. What kind of drugs?
I'm nervous to say I do heroin,
Okay.
and I do crystal meth once in a while.
Yeah.
And that's basically what I do.
Let's see. How long have you been doing that?
Heroin, I've been doing it for, we'll say 4.5 years.
Okay.
Crystal meth, the same thing.
Okay. So when you were growing up, you didn't do any of these drugs?
No,
In your teens and 20s?
no.
Okay.
I smoked a lot of pot.
Did you drink? Were you
No, I don't
alcoholic?
like alcohol.
All right,
I drank a couple times, got sick, and that was the end of
So
that.
you graduated,
I did.
then you went to college?
I went to nursing school. Yes.
Nursing school. Okay. Where was that at? Which one?
Loyola Marymount.
Oh, you did go there?
Mhm.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
So then
It was a
you
big struggle.
transitioned into work. You started working as a nurse. Were you
UCLA.
married or anything?
I got married in 1989, February 10th, 1989. My first marriage, and that lasted. I got married at 22, and I had a baby. So I was married, had a baby, and divorced by 26.
Oh, okay.
He left me for another woman on my 26th birthday.
Oh, on your birthday?
On my birthday.
Terrible.
This guy.
Yeah.
And he was a police officer for the city of Glendale.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that.
It happens. I'm over it. I had a child, and I was a single parent for a very long time.
Okay.
Raising my child was paramount to me. So, no drugs. The only thing I did still do is just smoke pot.
Okay, so you got a divorce at 26, and then you continued to work as a nurse?
Oh yeah, I had 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs.
All right. When did the drug use start for you, and why?
Not until my mid to late 40s.
Okay.
Now, my second marriage, he did a lot of coke. And he was a big drinker. He drank 18 to 25 beers a day, every day. Although I didn't drink, I have to admit I liked coke. Now, coke is something I dabbled with when I was in high school a few times.
Yeah.
I wasn't an angel by any stretch, but I never stayed on anything, especially because of my child.
And your job too.
Yeah.
So you started dabbling in the coke a little bit, and that led to what?
A little bit. I went from 0 to fucking did it every day. It was, I was.
You were hooked on it fast?
Yeah, I wasn't ever hooked on it because I could stop, no problem. I just, if it was there, I would do it. If it wasn't there, no problem. I didn't start jonesing for it or anything like that.
So when did the heroin and the meth start coming in?
When I came here, it was introduced to me.
Why'd you move here anyway?
My mother wanted to move here. I moved in, I started going through a divorce, a very acrimonious divorce.
Second divorce, right?
Second divorce.
Okay.
I'm real good at marriage. We were going through a divorce. I moved in with my mom. It was the only place I could go. I had no money. He cut me off financially completely. So she wanted to move here for whatever reason. Nope, she wanted to move here because she wanted to go to a different buffet every night for the rest of her life. Not realizing that was 35 years ago when she last came, and it was inexpensive and blah, blah, blah. So we moved here. My sister and I packed her up and moved here. Within a year, she unexpectedly passed away.
Oh, she did?
So,
were you very close to her?
Best friend.
Obviously, right?
Best friend.
I'm
No, it made me cry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's not good.
Take your time.
She got bit by, when we were moving, a brown recluse spider.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so she went from...
Bit by a spider?
Yeah, brown recluse spider. And within 3 days, she passed away. My mother passed away, a heroin addict.
Your mother was a heroin addict too? Okay.
It's kind of like when in Rome.
Yeah.
You know, my sister is a very heavy user. My sister doesn't do anything lightly. I'm somebody that does it lightly and not a big deal. My sister, on the other hand, did it a lot, and my mom was in a lot of pain. That's another whole Oprah.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
So your mom was doing heroin when you were growing up with her?
No. My mom didn't start doing that until
Later.
we moved here.
Oh, she started doing it?
Yeah.
And then you started doing it?
No, I started doing it before my mom. She started doing it after the fact.
Were you
My
able to
sister
work and
convinced
do
her.
the drugs?
Absolutely, I was very functioning.
Oh, you were?
Very functioning, because I'd never let anything take me over.
Okay.
I'd be embarrassed.
How did you lose your job, nursing job?
I didn't lose my job. I retired.
Oh, you retired?
Yeah, I didn't lose it. I was a nurse for 27 years.
Why did you retire?
I was tired, and I always told myself that once I got so tired that I couldn't give the patients everything that they needed, and I would come in bad mood, that I needed to.
If you were sober, you think you would still be doing it?
No.
No?
No, I was tired. That decision was made very clear-headed. And luckily I was in a position with my husband at the time, we were still married, and not separated, that I was able to make that decision. In retrospect, I kind of wish I hadn't. I kind of wish I hadn't, because that made things very difficult on me.
Now, how long have you been working on the streets?
Since my mom passed away, so 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah.
Okay, is that out of necessity? You needed
Absolutely,
money?
I had to take care of my sister. My sister doesn't work, and she's got some disabilities.
Oh, okay.
She couldn't hold down a job if you made her. Absolutely couldn't. So I financially take care of her, and I needed to. Initially, it was I needed to make money fast, not wait for a 2-week paycheck.
Yeah.
And
how much money can you make out here?
In a day, period.
Yeah, in a day.
In a day, on a good day, I've made $900.
900. Okay. And how many clients do you average a day?
It depends on my needs. I'd say 4.
4. Have you ever felt unsafe with a client?
I've been uneasy with a client. Yes, absolutely.
Have you ever been assaulted or raped?
No.
By a client? No.
No.
How'd you avoid that?
I try to. The way I do my work is I do it on the internet. So they contact me, and I try very hard to do a good screening when I talk to them on the phone, or I text message them. And really, truth be told, it's just been straight luck. Yeah. I can tell you it's my intuition, and it's bullshit.
Okay.
It's been straight luck.
Straight luck?
Absolutely, because you never know what you're going to get.
Do you ever get picked up? Do you ever get in the cars?
Yeah, I've gotten in cars. It's a little bit scary. But again, it's sometimes you've got to pay the rent, you've got to do whatever. You have to take chances that you wouldn't ordinarily take.
You ever had a positive experience with a client? Like
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Can you describe one of those situations?
Just a lovely gentleman that we spent almost the entire time talking, which was amazing. And I got $500.
Just talking to him?
Just to talk to the guy. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
What percentage of your clients do you think are married?
All of them.
Pretty much all of them.
I swear 98% of them are married.
You ever have a wife or girlfriend?
I've had a couple call me.
Call you?
Who the F are you? If I ever find you, I'm gonna bleepity bleep you.
You ever see pictures of their kids or anything?
I'm the type of person that when I talk to them, I start doing a massage. Is how I begin my session with somebody. So I talk to them. I do get personal with them. And so, you know, I've never asked. I've never asked, and no, I couldn't do that. That's too personal. Yeah.
I have other women tell me that the clients talk about their kids and they feel weird about it.
The ones that no, I mean, it depends on, you know, we've talked about people's kids that told me problems that they're having with their children. A lot of this stuff is like therapy for these guys, believe it or not. So, you know.
Is there anyone in your life right now that that is not using drugs and living a good life?
In my life, do they have to be in the same state or in the
anywhere
same?
that you talk to consistently?
Absolutely, and that would be my child. That would be
Your
my
child?
son.
Sober?
Oh, he's amazing. Sober. He's amazing.
What does he do?
He is. I've told him he's a musician.
Okay.
He's in the arts. but I've always told him, like every good mother would, you need to have a day job, just something to fall back on. So he's in a trade. He's a locksmith.
Oh, okay.
And it's his stepfather that he works for.
Right.
And so he's part owner in this company.
That's
he's
awesome.
31 years old.
You guys are close?
He's my angel. I haven't seen him in 5 years, but
5 years? Does he know what's going on with you?
absolutely not.
Okay.
And that frightens me. Like the YouTube.
How come you don't talk to him?
I talk to him, but
I mean, you don't see him, or
I can't get down to California. I've not, and I want him to be proud of me.
Yeah.
So
Do you plan to get sober?
I think eventually it'll all fall into place.
Yeah.
And it's not the way I want to live the rest of my life. Definitely is not the way I want to live the rest of my life.
Have you been in jail before?
Way too many times.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I've been in jail 6 times in the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's a horrible experience.
Misdemeanors?
Just all related to this.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Have you been in trouble for prostitution?
Yeah, that's
Or you
what I've
haven't
been.
caught?
But that's what I've been.
How do you get
arrested
caught
for.
though? Were you online doing it or picking up on the street?
Well, I don't even know how they catch.
Oh, okay.
She would have to. They go through. I don't know how they do it, but yeah. I mean, I've got caught in a sting.
Okay.
At a hotel, which was horribly embarrassing.
Yeah.
Especially when you're the oldest one.
What went down?
group.
Why was it embarrassing?
Well, being arrested, it was inside a casino.
Yeah. Oh, it's in the
So
casino.
yeah, being
Okay.
hooked up in a casino is,
Yeah.
being hooked up period is
Yeah.
embarrassing. But in a casino with so many people.
All right, we have to move closer to the pink elephant because it's way too hot out here on the strip. Where do we leave off at?
That's a good question. Oh, you're asking somebody that's healthy in my
let's
life.
do that
You're talking
again.
about my son,
Yeah.
who's amazing. He doesn't do drugs.
Never did drugs?
He dabbled a little
Yeah.
bit because more pot than anything. He does
Yeah.
smoke pot.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to consider that a drug any longer.
Yeah.
But he's just like I am at his age. He's just very focused, and he just smokes pot. And that's it. He did start drinking for some time and went overboard, and alcoholism runs in my family. So I drilled that in his head. He noted it, and he stopped drinking.
Okay.
So, and that was it. So he's done.
That's good. Have you been to rehab before?
I have,
How many times?
just once.
How long?
It was just to placate my ex-husband for 3 days.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it was all bullshit. I mean,
Yeah.
I was using, it was all bullshit.
Have you ever tried NA?
I have gone throughout my whole life. My father was a severe alcoholic. He died of alcoholism.
Yeah.
So I spent my entire childhood, told you I was a dork, didn't have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
My entire childhood going to AA meetings with my father because I used to love to listen to him talk.
Did you?
And he was sober then, so that was my time with my dad. I always thought that NA, all that stuff, or that Alateen, Al-Anon was bullshit.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I like going straight to the source.
Okay.
So NA, no, but Alcoholics Anonymous, I spent a lot of time.
So maybe one day you can try it again.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not
NA.
against it.
NA. What about did you ever get? Oh, you didn't stay that long, but you need a sponsor. Do you believe in a higher power?
I do. I have I'm very self-religious, or I don't believe in organized religion at all. But I definitely have faith, and I pray to something.
When you were growing up, was there any abuse in the home by anybody, physical or sexual?
I wouldn't say. There's some stuff I think I probably blocked out.
Yeah.
So physical on occasion.
Yeah.
My father was very mean drunk.
Okay.
So it was more mental and emotional.
Yeah.
But we did get physical on occasion, or he got physical on occasion.
Anyone
more
else?
my mother and father.
Anyone else abuse you growing up?
No.
So you had a pretty good childhood?
I had a pretty upper middle class childhood. You know,
Upper
that's why
middle
being
class?
here was a total culture shock.
Did you look up to anybody growing up that you respected? Any role models?
I did. When I used to babysit, and there was a woman that I babysat for that she changed my entire life.
Did she?
I could have ended up like my sister.
Yeah.
And instead, I ended up the way I ended up.
Yeah.
Taking aside what I do now or the last 5 years, what I did being a mother, single mother, going to school and all that stuff, I directly give her credit for me doing that. She showed me a different way of living, a way that I wanted to live that I didn't get shown by my own parents.
Okay.
So,
What about in school? Did you have a teacher that you looked up to or respected?
No.
Favorite teacher? No one that stands out? Okay.
No, I was too embarrassed.
Too embarrassed?
Yeah. Well, my grades were shit.
Yeah.
I spent more time writing letters to my teachers, giving them bullshit stories as to why I wasn't doing my homework or whatever. I was a great liar. And they passed me.
Yeah.
I ended up graduating from continuation high school with straight A's.
Oh.
But when I was in regular high school, I think they just passed me to get me off their books. But my grades were squat, so I was so embarrassed it wasn't even funny. This is probably the last thing that I would have considered myself ever doing. If you asked me 10 years ago what I would be doing at this point in my life, this would be the last thing that I would say that I would be doing. But it's not a horrible life.
You were talking about another young lady that abuses fentanyl really bad. You're saying that you manage it pretty well? You don't do it excessively?
Fentanyl, I don't dabble in. I've done it a couple of times.
Yeah.
I've seen too many people. I lost a friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine, 2 months back from fentanyl.
Yeah.
But I know being a nurse, I know it's the strongest pain reliever out there.
Yeah.
God forbid I have pain or cancer or something, and they try to give me that, and I can't get out of pain because I've already abusing it. Plus the withdrawals from fentanyl are so severe, it's brought grown men to their knees crying, and I don't. Heroin's bad enough. I don't need to go through.
What would need to happen for you to get clean, to get sober?
You know, that's a good question. I don't know. I think maybe meeting somebody that I want to do better. That I don't want to do this because I do see myself in a different life. I think I'm better than this whole thing. It'd be nice if I do, but I don't.
Do you know where you can meet those people?
NA.
Yes. Or a church or something?
Yeah, again, I'm not an organized religion kind of a person. I just don't know that I'm ready to say, hi, my name is bleepity bleep. I just don't, I don't know.
I understand.
Yeah, it's not that I'm against it, and, I'm probably in denial by saying, I've got this under control, and, that's all. I'm not against it. I think that something will happen that will bring me to that place. I don't know that.
What advice would you give young people wanting to dabble into heroin?
Don't. And I tell that to people now. Don't. If you haven't, don't. It's not a monkey you want on your back. Once you get on it, the statistics are it takes no less than 9 times to try to get sober off this stuff to maybe work. It's a horrible, horrible disease that I don't wish even on my ex-husband. And I can't stand that bastard, so if I don't even wish it on him, it's bad. And that was a horrible thing to say, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
That wasn't nice.
Great answer.
Yeah, I don't.
What's your views on prostitution? What advice would you give women that are looking into maybe working
There's other ways to do things. You don't have to do this. You don't have to use your brain, use what your God gave you, your mother and your father gave you. I'm not against it. It's the oldest profession out there.
Be honest.
It's the oldest profession out there. Half the time, when I do it, I feel more powerful and more beautiful than I think I ever have.
That's a common theme. You feel real powerful.
Well, you do, because people are searching you, and You know, that's a big compliment.
But then
so-
what are some of the downsides? Emotionally, psychologically?
Psychologically, you can mind fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You know, look, you're dirty. There are times that I go really dirty after doing it. I meet men that are so disrespectful of working girls.
Yeah.
So they make me feel very dirty. There's been a bunch of times I've left a situation crying because it's, you know, nobody wants to be mentally abused that way or made to feel like you're trash because you're doing what you're doing.
Ever since you've been working on the streets, has your sex life changed? Do you view sex differently when you're intimate with someone you care about?
I haven't been. I haven't met anybody.
Oh, you haven't met anyone, okay.
So, no, my views on sex haven't changed. I can compartmentalize. I can switch it.
Some can't.
One is where,
But you can. Okay.
One is where, well, you know, I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I haven't had sex with somebody I haven't been intimate with somebody in that situation since I left my husband, my husband and I split up. So I've never met anybody like that yet.
Where would you like to see yourself in, let's say, 5 years?
Where do I see myself in 5 years?
Where would you like to see yourself?
I would like to see myself in an apartment or a little home with a pool. Has to have a pool.
Yeah.
With my sister, taking care of my sister, and the both of us alive, as healthy as we can be, not fighting, not fighting. We fight like cats and dogs.
Oh, you just fight a lot?
Oh my God, it's disgusting. I'm surprised you haven't heard us screaming at each other. You know, in a perfect world, we wouldn't be doing drugs, but if we were, having it totally under control. Just my mom and dad used to call it bizzling. Just you go shopping together, you kind of hang out, and my sister, I'd like her to be my best friend.
Yeah.
But she is, but anyway, I would like that, just a little home with my sister and getting about our life. My fear is that I'm gonna die before I get it right, if that makes sense.
It does.
So, and I want that for my sister too.
We all want that for you.
Yeah.
We'll pray for you. How about some fun questions?
Sure.
What's the best concert you ever been to?
Best concert I've ever been to. Oh my Jesus. I haven't been to that many. I went to my first concert, Meatloaf. At the Santa Monica Civic Center when I was 11 years old.
Oh, wow.
And it was cool because...
In the 70s, huh?
Yeah, I was born in 66, so...
70s?
You know, that was 76.
He was big back then.
Yeah.
Then he came back and did a massive hit in the 90s or something?
Yeah. But he was finger banging, and I'm sure it was over whatever, he was finger banging the woman on stage, his backup singer or whatever. Yeah. And I knew, for whatever reason, I knew what he was doing, and I couldn't believe it. I was just like, and I couldn't wait to tell my friends what I saw. So
you saw that?
Yeah. And Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac.
You saw them?
With my father, and that was a great concert. Yeah. And it was with my dad, so I was a daddy's girl. So
you like rock music? That's cool.
Yeah.
What kind of food do you like?
I like all kinds of food. I don't really have a favorite. I love steak, steak and seafood. So I'm more of a guy. So I'm a meat and potatoes kind of a woman.
You stay healthy here? You eat?
I do.
Drink a lot of water?
I do drink a lot of water. I try to take care of myself.
Okay. Make sure you take care of your leg right there. I see some.
This is from a bug bite.
Yeah, there's
from
flies.
a bug bite.
Oh, okay.
And it's taken forever to heal. Yeah. There's some super bug out here that I swear is, my girlfriend has something very similar. So I don't know what's biting us. My sister
I know there's a lot of bugs out here, so I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Oh no,
I've
enjoyed it. Is it something that?
Hey, let me ask you something.
Sure.
Some guests have told me that after the interview, it feels like it's like somewhat therapeutic for them. Do you feel that way?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Actually,
I do too. It's like one addict talk to another addict, you know.
Right. No, it's nice to get stuff off your chest.
Yeah.
And it's not something that I'm embarrassed about.
Yeah, well, I wish the best for you.
No, thank you.
And maybe we'll see you soon again to do an update.
Yeah, no, wouldn't that be a great idea?
I hope.
Is this something that's going to air or something they got to decide?
I'll just be on YouTube on my channel, and then I'll share that channel with you afterwards.
Yeah, you'll let me know?
Yeah.
Can I give you my email? Or?
Yes. As a matter of fact, do you have an email you can share with us?
Absolutely. It's Dezi, D-E-Z-I, Hill, H-I-L-L, @gmail.com.
Okay, dezihill. Check your email.
I will.
We have a lot of nice subscribers.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, feel free to
Thank you so much.
Say anything you want to me. Thank you, thank you.